My room is getting dirty again. I'm only starting out by saying that because I recognize it, and I'm gonna work on it. Uh, like I don't know. I went shopping today. That's probably why. Um, but hey, I'm not making excuses. Well, I did. I did say I went shopping. You know what? I'm gonna fix it tomorrow. At least I did go shopping though. I knew I have this thing where I wake up in the middle of the night. God, these lights are driving me crazy. I have this thing where I wake up in the middle of the night and I really need to eat something. And I haven't had that happen ever in my life. Usually I can just sleep through the night and be totally fine. I would say as of the last 2 weeks, I wake up pretty consistently at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. needing to consume something. And most of the time I choose it to be fruit because perfect, you want to be hydrated and, it's delicious. But I've been out of fruit, so I've just been like chugging milk and cereal at 5 a.m. And I feel like that's probably not the best thing. Anyways, to transition from like all of that to today's topic is kind of insane. Hang in there with me. Okay, how do I say this? I don't even know like what violates like YouTube's TOS or anything. You My life is a consistent balance between I'm done living here, but also like being completely terrified of like what happens or like what that means. And not in the sense that like let's say for example I stop being here. Like I mean I sort of care about what the impact does to other people, but like when you also just don't feel like you mean that much to people in general, like that's not really much of a factor in the decision. Which sounds really way more sad than I feel like I wanted that to, but it's true. I'm talking more about like, I was raised Mormon my entire life, so when we talk about exiting this plane of existence, we always think of it as like a extremely selfish thing, and if you do it, then it's in sin, and enjoy burning in hell for all of eternity. And although I've left the Mormon Church, I left when I was like 16, but I was over that shit a while ago. That stuff sticks with you, right? And I guess for that reason, I'm kind of grateful that it did because I do feel like it's a big reason why I choose to stick around because I do grapple with okay, let's say for example that there is this heaven and there is this hell. Because of the negative self thoughts that I have about myself, it is very hard for me to convince myself that I am deserving of something that they describe as heaven. On the flip side, it's so much easier for me to believe that I deserve something that is described as hell. And then you add on top of it, well, surely if you're growing up with this idea that if you were to leave this plane of existence, that it's an automatic admission to hell. From what I've heard, they've backtracked since. Which I mean, name that and the other 50,000 things that they've backtracked. My life is a constant balance between that. And I'm not saying that I'm somebody who like consistently deals with ideation that involves exiting this plane, but it is this constant like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. like like and that's I guess really frustrating. And I guess that's what's on my mind today is I feel like I'm just consistently in suffering with no escape. Whereas I feel like maybe if I at least thought that there was an escape, then maybe life wouldn't be so bad because I could just be like, hey, like if it comes to this, like we're good. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's what's on my mind today. It wasn't on my mind for this last week, but for some reason tonight I'm like, I understand that life is supposed to be hard. Well, I get that life is hard for a lot of people, and it's hard for me, and I get that it's very normal for it to be that way. I wish it wasn't that way. I wish that I didn't put myself through all the shit that I put myself through. And I wish that my life wasn't structured the way that it was and all this different stuff. And when you see your life in a certain way and you view it in that way and you also don't see any way out of it, and I'm not even talking anymore about the ideation stuff. I'm more talking like I don't see I'm a very realistic person. I feel like I'm very um how do I explain it? I think things out. So I'm not like a very rash person. So I thought about my life and maybe people are right that you're going to look back at this in 5 years or 10 years and be like, I'm so glad that I stuck it out. And through my rationing and my debacle and thought process, I don't think that that's true. Now maybe that's just me being dramatic, but I don't think things actually get better. Anyways, um, yeah, that's what I'm leaving you guys with today. I'm fine, by the way. Don't like if this video gets 300 views again. Ever since that one video got 300 views, I'm like, okay, all right, this is a little bit too much. I'm just saying, I'm just expressing what's on my mind. So that's what I'm leaving you there today. If you feel the same way, don't don't take after me. Things actually do get better for you. Um, I'm the exception to the case, anyways. I'm gonna go now. Thanks for watching.